Oh wow, why is this my reaction right now when it comes to XCN? Nothing I say is financial advice. Well, it's because in the past week, XCN has made around a 55% recovery, which means that as of right now, because it did that, the market cap is almost the same as ZBCN, which is its most famous competitor. So what that means is now XCN is almost again in that number 4 position in that space of global trade and finance within this space. Because of course we know that Stellar is number 2, XDC is number 3, number 4. It's been kind of contested, right? Because as of right now, it's still, I think, ZBCN, but XCN has now almost reached that position again because it was for quite a while, and then ZBCN kind of overtook it because XCN's pullback was just way more, but now because of the recovery, it's almost kind of the same. But really, in my opinion, either number 4, number 5, whatever, right? But at least this kind of highlights, at least to me, the recovery that XCN has had as of late. Now, granted though, even with the market cap of XCN as of right now, it's still down by quite a lot when compared to before. Let's just take a look basically a year ago. The market cap was around $1 billion. Like, with the market cap currently being around 260 million, we're not talking about such a fantastic thing. It's still down by quite a lot in the grand scheme of things. It's just kind of a reminder to me that, sure, the sentiment can change in a pretty drastic way when things are down, but if things move in the opposite direction, we've seen sentiments change equally as quick, right? So this is why sometimes if I'm a fan of a project, if I like it, I just don't give up like that. This is just my perspective in some cases, even though I'm not telling anyone to do anything. XCN is still around 37 times lower than 25 cents. 25 cents is still something I'm thinking about because hypothetically at that point, the market cap, considering the current circulating supply, would be around 9 billion, which is just like, not even too far off, I guess, from where XCN was around a year ago, which was the market cap it had around $1 billion, right? So it's like, 9 times away basically. Like, I just don't know if that seems maybe something too ridiculous, if maybe hypothetically I did see something like that, because that was without an altcoin season, keep in mind, a year ago, approximately, when it comes to XCN. And just to kind of harp on this, right, I do want to talk about something called Chain. Because when it comes to Chain, we know that quite a while back ago it rebranded to Onyx, but then the thing is, Chain as an entity, it fully upgraded to ISO 20022. But actually, there's something else I want to talk about when it comes to that. Because allegedly, right, we see sometimes traditionally when a blockchain wants to get launched, it takes like sometimes months, which is quite a while in the grand scheme of things. But if I take a look at Chain, supposedly the time frame is not months. We can see it in allegedly a matter of minutes, which I find pretty surprising considering that, again, Chain not too long ago fully upgraded to ISO 20022. Chain is in the Onyx ecosystem. And then we take a look a while back ago, Chain did, I guess, rebrand to Onyx. But then the thing is, Chain as an entity, when I take a look at that, I'm pretty impressed. This is my perspective. So I guess when it comes to Onyx, when people like to tell me, oh, it can't really compete with some of the other competitors. Well, why not? I just don't know why I would have that mindset. People like to tell me that this is not a project that people really care about. Now, again, I can't speak on anyone's behalf, but the reason why I care about it is because it has a lower market cap than XDC. It has a lower market cap than XLM, right? But why does that even, make me think about it in a different way than XDC, like XLM? It has a lower market cap than those projects as of right now. But because it hasn't had the mainnet of its layer 1 blockchain, it feels like maybe fundamentally there is more for me to look forward to as opposed to them, because they've already kind of done their thing a little bit, right? But when it comes to Onyx, it hasn't really done the main thing yet, which is the mainnet of its layer 1 blockchain. However, with that being said, though, people like to say, how is that a good thing? Well, it's because I like to be a part of the journey, right? If I went back in time, I would have loved to be on the journey of Bitcoin years ago, but I didn't do that, right? This is sometimes my perspective, but of course I cannot go back in time, but this is why I like being part of a journey. Now, what will the journey be when it comes to Onyx? We'll see, but at least it has a lower market cap than some of its competitors, and it hasn't really done the main thing yet that many people are often looking forward to in terms of its fundamentals. I like waiting for something. I like being a part of the journey. So if something hasn't really achieved much, if something hasn't really done something, I want to be there at that moment. I don't want to be there later on. And I'm not saying in this specific example, like only. Like for instance, if I want to watch a movie, I want to see it from the beginning to the end, right? I want to be there for the buildup of the story. I don't want to just go there randomly in the middle of the story, or the movie, I should say. It ruins all the fun at that point. I don't want to do that when it comes to a movie. So this is why I like being part of Journey. I'm not telling anyone to do anything, but what I'm personally doing is exactly what I've been doing throughout this entire time. I have been dollar cost averaging once a month into my favorite projects. That's it. There's no more, there's no less. No matter what's going on, that's what I do, because I just kind of treat it more like a marathon. It's not a sprint to me. However, when it comes to XCN, really, again, in the grand scheme of things, I think this isn't really that much, right, compared to where it was not too long ago, but at least it's something. So, I'm a little bit happy, actually, because for quite a while, everyone was telling me, oh, it's done, it's not doing anything anymore, it's game over and all this. However, it doesn't really seem like that to be the case to me, hypothetically, currently, but we'll wait and see. But in the grand scheme of things, right, at around a $9 billion market cap, when it comes to XCN, at the hypothetical idea of 25 cents, if we were to consider the current circulating supply, like XLM, literally, not even that long ago, the market cap was like that, at around 9 billion. That was not even altcoin season. So, for arguably the number 5 currently project in terms of popularity within the niche of global trade and finance in this space, is that a market cap that seems too outlandish? I don't know about that. If someone told me it's not, it wouldn't necessarily surprise me. The thing is, XCN is not under so much competition in my perspective in terms of the quantity. In terms of the quality, yes, it's under some stiff competition, because we take a look at Sebig, Stellar, XDC, let's say something like XPR, Swiftcoin. Yeah, that's stiff competition, but it's not 40 or 50 competitors. So I think naturally, if let's say Onyx doesn't even become like the most popular out there, right? Or it doesn't really do much fundamentally for whatever reason, just because that group is so tight-knit anyways, it just means that if let's say there is a lot of attention for that space, the attention is not going to be spread out too much, right? It's like, for instance, if let's say in this world, in a random make-believe scenario, there was only like 5 quarterbacks, and for whatever reason, I'm one of them. Of course, I'm clearly not, but I'm saying in this make-believe scenario, just automatically, because there's only 5, even if I am not a good player by any means, there's just not that many to go around, right? I'm one of the 5 at that point. There's just not that many projects as of right now that are that compelling or that famous within the specific niche that Onyx is in, right? And global trade and finance, it's a proven niche that we've seen have some attention previously. However, in the past, it was mainly just focused on like Stellar and also the number 1 project within the space. A little bit as of late, of course, XDC, right? And that's been a thing for quite a while. But really beyond that, it wasn't like there was that many options people were talking about. Right now, there's the emergence of something like Zebic, like Onyx, like XPR, Swiftcoin. We kind of saw that quite a while back ago, especially around a year ago. But it hasn't really been that way for quite a while. I have not seen an altcoin season in which projects beyond the top 3 really kind of had attention. I have not seen that. I have not seen Onyx have a quote-unquote true altcoin season during this cycle. I've not seen that as well when it comes to Zebic. I'm not seeing that when it comes to XPR or Swiftcoin. So I'm a little bit curious. Who knows if we're going to see one though, but this is just my mindset. We'll have to wait and see. But when it comes to Onyx, my reaction again is just, as of right now, oh wow, because now it's kind of almost nearing a ZBCN's market cap, and also on top of that, it's had around a 55% recovery in the past week. But we'll wait and see what happens. But this is just my mindset. If there's going to be more updates, I'm going to be making more updates. And of course, I'm going to be talking about Onyx, hopefully in my future videos. So I want to say thank you for watching, and hopefully you all stay tuned for that. It's been Lee the Captain, and I hope you all have a very nice day. I'm out. Peace. Bye.